Hello and welcome to Everything To Guppy, the Binding of Isaac podcast that covers every final boss in the Binding of Isaac series of video games. My name is Gary Butterfield, and with me as always is a man where you can't take your eyes off his baby blues, Will Hughes.
Thank you, Gary. I'm glad that we can come back around to complimenting each other's physicalities instead of dragging them
beautiful
through
eyes.
the mud.
Absolutely beautiful eyes.
Hey, Gary, it's Final Boss Sunday.
Boss.
So take a chance and face the
Boss.
open road and a road that's hit. Yes, no, maybe. I don't know. Can you repeat the question? You're not
Final.
the boss of me now. You're not
Final.
the boss of me now. You're not
Final.
the boss of me now, and you're not so.
Final.
Life is a
Boss.
Oh, yeah.
This is not a good one, but that's okay. They don't all have to be good ones.
It's like a worse version of the Isaac boss fight.
It sure is. This is Blue Baby the boss.
Yes.
Question mark, boss?
The boss of the chest.
Yeah, the only disappointing thing about the chest, really.
Yeah, the chest is very fun to go to. It's lost a little bit of cachet in Repentance, but it's still fun. But you get to the end and you fight a repeat of the Isaac boss, but with more flies and moving around.
And without doing the annoying final phase of the Isaac fight. And with homing tears. Homing tears is the big thing in this.
Yeah, and it's obnoxious, but it's not super hard or anything.
Yeah.
And
Boy, Gary,
Yeah, it's fine.
I have nothing to say about this fucking final boss of the Binding of Isaac, Gary.
it's not me either. It's not a good one.
It's not a good one. It's like a boss we've talked about. I don't really feel like describing attacks. We used to do that a lot on Boss Sunday, but it's
There's a lot of things we stopped doing.
yeah, Gary, it's kind of like we've streamlined the show to more effectively channel the parts of it we enjoy.
That's a very positive spin
Thanks, Gary.
on it.
The negative spin
Yeah,
would
you
be
are a
fat
journalist.
and lazy.
We've streamlined the show. More efficient,
I mean,
faster.
not faster. It's still very long. This week we're going at a nice clip, but usually it's still very long.
No, usually this is actually a really well-paced week though.
Gary, I agree that it's a well-paced week. I think we're doing a great job this week, and I think the listeners will agree and should agree via donations. Gary,
I think
what
so
if
as well.
we did-
If people like this show.
yeah, let's do usually we shove this in at the end. Let's make the pitch, huh? Not the pitch.
Okay.
but,
Well, Gary and Will are friends with ideas.
that they want to get fucking paid for.
Yep. They're looking for paychecks.
If you enjoy this show, it's the Max Fun Drive, so obviously donate to Maximum Fun. But
trans rights. I don't know if you saw that. I don't talk about Travis McElroy cringe stuff with you because I know that you're a fan of those dudes.
Oh, I mean, Travis
There's
is super
There's
cringy.
news. Yeah, he just did another embarrassing thing.
Oh, okay.
So.
I mean, trans rights. I love trans rights.
No, it's not. That's not the embarrassing part.
Okay, Gary, you presented it as though it were.
Well, no. I just thought you would know what I was talking about.
I mean,
So that's
there's
why
so
I
much
did it.
Travis cringe that you kind of have to dip in and out. But I enjoy experiencing it. It's a there's a lot there.
Yeah. No, he just did something embarrassing during a part of that Max Fun Drive where he was streaming sex tips with his wife.
Well, he was
and
streaming
then-
about a book of sex, like a fake book of sex tips or something.
Yes. Yeah. The in the Slack, everybody's talking about it.
Oh man, that's Slack. People love to talk about stuff there.
They do talk about things in the Slack.
Gary, if people enjoy this show though, and if you pay me, I'll talk about I'll talk about his fucking Among Us rant. That was terrible. Did you watch?
Yeah,
did you watch
that
one?
was rough stuff. I did watch
That was some rough fucking stuff, dude.
As somebody who's like a fair weather, like the other two McElroy's fans when they're in other stuff.
Yeah.
Somebody who's seen like Monster Factory episodes I thought were really funny. Right.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of where I'm at, and clips from their TV show I thought was very funny.
Yeah.
Kind of where I'm at. Just having the secondhand steady drip of things that dude does is pretty amazing.
It's a really good reason to have Twitter. And Gary, what is Max? I'm not going to actually ask you what Max.
What does Max Fun mean to me?
Yeah, I think that would go poorly.
I don't remember. All I know about is some McElroys and then the Jordan Jessies and the Goes.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of
That's
shows on that
basically-
network now. You should definitely
It's
support
huge.
it. Go ahead and donate to Maximum Fun.
I would suggest against it.
Okay.
I would say you can do that to this big, gigantic podcasting behemoth,
Sure.
or that has like such luminaries as McElroy's on it. Or you can donate to Duckfeed, the scrappy underdog, or a smaller podcast than us that's even more of an underdog.
That might be the
but not Max Fun.
That might be the good call.
Yeah, not Max Fun. Us at worst, a smaller, better podcast at best, never Max Fun. And if you give money to NPR, you're fucking dead to me.
You're fucking dead to Gary. I love you though.
Yeah.
Give all your money to fucking NPR. What's the politics of this episode, Gary? It's all over the place.
I defy you to figure it out.
Yeah, I defy you to figure out who we are for or against.
Yeah.
But we'll send
I
you
meant
the
some of
cheat
the
sheet
things
if
I
you send
said.
us money.
Yeah, exactly. Or if you send money to a smaller, good podcast and send in proof of never having sent money to Max Fun.
Yeah, I literally have my Maximum Fun membership card in my eyeline.
Yeah. In your eye. Oh, for some reason, I heard that as in your byline, which I thought was very funny.
That would be very weird, Gary. That would be extremely weird if
Oh,
every article I wrote, the
William
9,000
Hughes,
articles
comma.
I've wrote all say William Hughes Max Fun donor.
Max Fun donor. Oh, that's how I know him.
But seriously, Gary, people should give us money, right?
Oh, totally. I mean, this show, it's real fun.
Uh-huh.
And it's not that much time.
And it's
not that much
really easy
work.
to edit.
It's pretty easy to edit.
Listener, how much do you think 2 hours of my week and 1 hour of Gary's week is worth? Because that's what you should be giving to this
That's
fucking
3
show.
man hours.
That's 3 man hours. And like, if you translated that into like productive people, God, how much could they get done?
Oh, probably like $15 worth
Probably.
after taxes. The other thing though is that you're paying for is our decades of comedy experience that we've brought.
The
to
thousands
this
of dollars
show.
I've paid in improv classes. Actually, Gary, I'm sitting here like, I do 2 hours of work on the podcast every week. That's at $15 a month. Gary, I'm massively overpaid for this show. I am now realizing I'm making way too much money on this show. Please, listeners, cut your donations. Give it to
No. Just put in a note that says how much you want Will to get.
Okay, so we're going to implement a Max Fun style system where you can like demarcate which
See,
shows that you
that's
want
how
to get.
you got me. Fuck,
Yeah.
man. Like you knew that was the thing to say to make me disgusted and back out of that. Because I hate that they do that.
Listeners, I'm just saying right now that if you think I'm overpaid, and I'm on your side here, there's a real easy way to address that. Let's do this. This
Email the
is
AV
the
Club.
Duckfeed.tv anti-membership drive. Cut.
EIC
cut.
at avclub.com
Yeah.
and tell them that Will is overpaid.
Yeah.
Don't do that.
Don't do that. I literally just got hired full time after
No.
7
Yeah.
years.
And then also, even if you just did it as a joke, like that'd be no good.
They know. You know, I
Yeah.
will say this. I give our listeners a lot of shit for being insane perverts.
Sure.
Their boundaries tend to be pretty good on that stuff.
Yeah. They know not to get you fired.
They know not to get me fired because that
It
would.
would cause a bad string of episodes.
I don't know if that's
Can you
true,
imagine?
buddy.
Can you imagine the couple weeks where you were just mad at fucking Bill for getting you fired?
Gary, the thing is, like, obviously, from the subjective perspective of being me, that would be bad. But if I
Yeah.
can project my mind into the listener, those sound amazing.
It would be fun for some of the people
It would-
who you weren't yelling at.
I think
don't-
yelling at people would get a real hard on from it too, though.
I don't know if I would like it. I feel like I might feel really uncomfortable with that kind of hostility.
Yeah, maybe.
I'm mad at our listeners for getting you fired. Like you had to come live in my garage. Fucking weird.
Yeah, I don't know, Gary. Like, clearly I have a vested interest here, but I also have a vested interest in funny things happening, and that does sound pretty good.
Yeah. Well, if you let's say you quit your job,
Yeah.
lie and say you got fired, and then we can just kind of roll with this.
I guess that.
Fine, I'll get you fired.
Hey, thank you, Gary.
Blame Vargas. Vargas.
Gary. Now that we've done an episode-long plug, let's do the plugs.
Okay. Well, if you like us,
Is
Go
there
to
something
the-
we should say about Blue Baby? It's not very hard. It throws out homing shots. You've got to dodge around a lot, but
lots of flies.
You've got all the shit that you got in the chest.
Yeah. Plus a strong enough rung to beat Isaac.
Yeah, it is a strong
not
incentive to
that
get the
harder.
key pieces so that your final boss isn't Blue Baby, so you can go fight Mega Satan instead.
And if you're unlocking stuff, you can do both, but you have to go fight Blue Baby first. Just as a little note. And there's good unlocks for it. Like, it's worth doing with everybody in terms of like getting cool stuff,
sure.
but it's just not a very fun fight.
Yeah.
The new final bosses have really ruined me on the old final bosses.
Yeah,
in a lot of ways.
You are not wrong, Gary.
Yeah. Thank you. I'm also not opposed to people going to patreon.com/Duckfeed.tv. Mm-hmm. And and then also leaving us ratings or reviews.
Yeah. And remember, please don't get me fired unless that would be very funny.
And it has to be funny for me as well. So ask.
Why? Why does that have to be funny for you?
Because I'm part of this too, man.
I guess.
I thought I was your sidekick.
You are. I don't know. If this show became miserable for us, would it be fun for the listeners? I guess not.
No, I'm pretty bad at that. Like, I'm good at being fake miserable.
Yeah.
But if I'm real miserable, I don't do. Man, we recorded a couple of Abject Sufferings when I was in the throes of my recent shit, and I apologize at the end of both of them.
Yeah. Do you want to
I
apologize?
was just like, I am off my game. I'm sorry.
I don't think you've
everybody.
ever apologized for an episode of Guppy.
Well, Guppy's always been great. A+ is all around. We got a 4.0 average, man.
Yep. This review is from Will's id.
Okay. Uh-oh.
Review title is Will of Cups. I have become very upset with the people of San Fran Bay Area. They have not complied with my wishes for them to wear some nice buttons. And that's a 5-star review. I don't.
Oh.
It's been a rough week review-wise, you know?
At least in terms of comprehension.
In terms of comprehension, yeah. The understanding is very low.
Yeah, I'm having a hard time getting it. But that's okay. I don't need to get it.
Gary,
it's not for me.
Gary, I feel like I should reiterate that I love you and I love Travis McElroy.
I think I should reiterate that I think Travis McElroy is very funny in an unintentional way, but I do love you. I just, the nonstop stream of embarrassing things is, I get some kind of joy out of it.
It's a lot of rakes to step onto.
It's lots of rakes, and I just, we're tired of the offline colonies.
Lots of rakes
Like,
with Jonathan
log off.
Frakes.
Oh, I'd watch that. You may think you've seen all the rakes. Have you? You're wrong. Think again. I'd watch lots of rakes with Jonathan Frakes.
I generally enjoy Jonathan Frakes. Directed
that
the one
Beyond
good
Belief
Next
show?
Generation movie.
That Beyond Belief TV show, you can find episodes of that.
Yeah,
online.
I've
It's
only
great.
watched it in like the Twitter compilation form, but it's good.
As an actual show, it's also very pleasing to me.
Okay.
That's very comforting. I love and value you as well.
Gary, I'd like to apologize for these episodes.
Well, thank you for that. These were all your fault, if you recall.
Yeah, that's canon.
Yeah, that's canon. Thanks. It's about time.
Good night.
Good night.
I'm sorry.
And I support that apology.
I'm really sorry. I feel like
I stand by my friend.
Yeah, I feel like that. Like doing this whole episode where we like asked for money, I feel really gross about because we're still coming out of the pandemic. I feel like I really crossed a lot of lines here, and I feel like some of the stuff I said about Gary's eyes earlier in the week was really uncalled for. I don't feel great about that fly character I did in the first episode. I feel like that was not funny or good.
Will?
Yeah, Gary?
Let's repeat after me.
Yeah.
I hear you.
I hear you.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
I'm listening.
I'm listening.
I'm going to try to do
I'm
better.
going to try to do better.
And I'm in therapy. I'm going to take some time away.
And I'm really sorry if the things I said happen to offend you.
Good
night.
So fucking close.
You fucking
Right.
snowflakes.
Everything to Guppy : canceled.